And we are live. It is Saturday night, 2 hours, T minus actually 1 hour, 59 minutes from AEW Collision. We'll be talking a little bit about that. We got 2 weeks to make up for. I was out, I was in Canton, and then when I got back, I was not able to get everything accomplished. So me and Frankie got 2 weeks. I am Sean Stanley. He is the great Frankie Fresco. Frankie, how we doing today?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome.
I see Danhausen there now. Danhausen in the background. I see it.
You know, I moved my webcam. I put it up here, so I'm trying to see if
Yeah,
people
it's a
can
little bit
see it.
wider. I like this.
Yeah, I'm
Shot.
trying to show.
Yeah.
Even though I'm trying to show the Heat jersey, but trying to represent for D Wade.
Yeah, I think I go down a little bit more for that. Yeah, D Wade will be getting inducted in a couple hours now, so we'll be there. Thanks everybody already in the chat. Let's see, we had EWD Junior in there. Steven Gonzalez already in. Don't forget, jump in the chat. Let's talk. Let's talk some pro wrestling for the next 2 hours or so, ish, and we'll lead you up to AEW Dynamite. Since we're leading up to AEW Dynamite, let's go ahead, Frankie. Let's talk with WWE. Let's start with WWE, and let's just go back 2 weeks again. We haven't been on for a little bit. Your thoughts? The real 305. I don't know if that's a shot at Orlando or not, but hey. The big O, the real O. Hey, my dad's in now. What's up, Pops? And then let's get this now. Your thoughts on SummerSlam overall, and then what stood out, what didn't, and we'll just go back and forth on this for a little. We don't spend a lot of time, but your thoughts on SummerSlam when it happened. A week and a half ago now.
So I didn't get a chance to watch SummerSlam live. I saw the replay. When I watched it, I thought it was okay. I didn't think it lived up to what I thought it was gonna be. I honestly was not happy with the ending, the whole Jey Uso, Jimmy, that Bloodline story. I think they're kind of dropping the ball on that. And then, man, that Ronda Rousey Shayna Baszler fight. Wow, did that not deliver whatsoever? That was such a bad fight.
I think with that fight, they tried to make it too much MMA.
And remember, we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago when I told you, hey, there's a lot of fans that might like wrestling and MMA. Well, that pretty much answered everything by letting us know that, hey, no, there's a set.
I think, again, MMA is fighting, man. There's no way about it. You're going to get punched in the face. You're going to get an arm broken. You're going to get things like that. When it's in the wrestling realm, it was the same for, like that. What was when they had the Raw? Was it Raw like After Dark? What was that Raw when they had like the MMA fighting and Shane McMahon was the host of it at I forgot what it was called, but they were it was kind of like just fighting and things like that. I think you can get away with it there. When you start making it I thought they kind of went lazy making it an MMA rules match. Like, what the hell, MMA rules match? Like, that's basically a wrestling match. I mean, honestly, there's not a lot of difference, is where I'm saying there. But yeah, I agree. I mean, they beat the hell out of each other. I don't know if you've seen Shayna's face and everything else.
Yeah, they
beat the hell out of each other. And real O apparently is Omar, not Orlando. So good deal there. And then Steven Gonzalez, we're going to get into that Jay.
I'm gonna change this camera.
Near the end of the talk, but we will discuss the whole Jey Uso thing. But right now we're getting into the SummerSlam. So main event didn't deliver. I agree to a point on that.
It got really dark.
Ronda Rousey and them didn't deliver. Okay, go ahead.
And then after that, I kind of just, I looked at the whole. Sorry, guys, I'm like changing my camera angle. Well, I like that. I like better the close up. I don't know. I felt so
almost like Tony Khan. You can't stay still.
But I blocked Dan Helsing back there. My bad, guys. Anyways, that was pretty big. I mean, I thought the Brock Lesnar Cody Rhodes fight delivered. That was a really good fight. Yeah. I think that's why
in the ending, which nobody knew was going to happen. Supposedly, I don't know how much truth is into that, but Triple H said it was not in the plans for Brock Lesnar to show the sign of respect to Cody that he did. So, we'll see how that goes.
I'm glad he did, though, because you want to know something?
It meant something after everything. It kind of means something because, like, it felt like it went a little bit too long, but with that ending, at least he gets the blessing of Lesnar kind of in a way. So now there's a rub there. So,
yeah, I know. And I honestly feel that at the end of the day, I think Cody made that fight better for Brock Lesnar. Like typically you don't see Brock Lesnar last that long in a wrestling match, but this one was a long match, and the people still were able to follow the match throughout the whole time. Brock
Well,
Lesnar.
because they told a story. It was Brock telling Cody, stay down, and Cody wasn't staying down. It was that today I was watching something. I think it was on one of the TikToks, and it was driving up, and I think it was David Goggins might have said something. It was like it was in the Rocky, the first one, when Mickey's telling Rocky, stay down, and Rocky's fighting his way back up. And then you look at Apollo Creed and his face, like he was ecstatic that he knocked him down. And then he turned around, he saw him getting back up and was like kind of dejected. And I think that was kind of like that story. Like, you're not gonna destroy my dream. I'm not leaving here. I'm gonna keep my road. I hate using all these things because it's like so cliches and everything, but his road was going to keep the dream alive, was having to go through Brock Lesnar. He couldn't give up there. And he didn't. And then, I thought it was a great story told. Very basic, but a great story being told in the match.
Yeah. I thought they did a good job with that. I'm trying to remember some of the fights that were there. LA Knight won. I was happy.
Slim Jim, snap into Slim Jim, buddy.
I was finally happy that LA Knight won.
Yes.
So that was that. They made the right call on that one. And then who else fought?
Gunther and Drew delivered.
It was okay.
That's hard hitting. They were just going to hit the crap out of each other. They were there for the oohs and the ahs, and I think they kind of made a mistake bringing Drew back to lose to Gunther. I should have started somewhere else. I think you could have sent somebody else to Gunther there, but it was more just hard hitting than anything there.
I think for me, I wanted Gunther to lose. To be honest with you, I thought he was going to finally lose. I really wanted him.
It's too much in the story now. It's not. He's not losing that belt for a while. Although I thought the same thing about another title, and we'll talk about that in a little bit too.
Yeah, I know what title you're talking about.
And then Seth and Finn also. Again, okay. I honestly thought that match would be more Damian Priest driven. I think in a way, like okay, we've seen this match 3 times now. I thought this was the time where it would be Damian Priest driven, where in actuality it was Io Sky that did the cash in, and it was successful, which was the word on the streets was the women's cash in would be a failure and the men's cash in would be a success. Because
really? No, I thought you said that the women was going to be a success and the men was going to be.
No, because the women have never had a failed cash in.
Oh, okay.
Every woman that's cashed in has cashed in and successfully won it. I'm happy they didn't, by the way. I like Io Sky getting the title. I'm not arguing that. I was kind of pleasantly surprised and happy to see the way that went down. And then so overall, your grade overall in the chat, throw your grade to overall SummerSlam, overall grade. What would you give it?
C plus.
C, okay. All right.
C plus. I give it.
I had it as a B. It wasn't great. It wasn't terrible. It was just kind of there. I thought it was a wasted SummerSlam though. For one of your big 4, I thought it was like,
I think they could have delivered more.
I agree.
I didn't like the ending.
I thought the ending is kind of we're gonna dive into that also. I can't remember where I have that on our sheet here. I think it's going toward the end. It's near the end.
And then somebody did mention it on the chat.
Yeah.
What kind of angle they're going, which is what I feel too.
Real O, which is Omar, by the way. I want to make sure everybody knows the real O is Omar.
I go.
Omar says, I think WWE is ready to get him a title. They just had to make him go through something. The fans are ready. See, and he's talking about Cody. We were talking about Brock and Cody at the time when he put that on there. I don't think they give Cody a title yet. I think there's still the hard-fought road. I don't think he gets it until, honestly, Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. I mean, that's when I think they're going to roll it out. I mean, and I don't think he gets any other title before he gets the heavyweight title. I think that would be kind of a missed opportunity if the like, why would he need any of the other titles when he came back and said, my main focus is that world heavyweight title.
I don't think he's gonna get a title this year at all. To be honest with you,
No, I WrestleMania will be next year. That's
I don't even think he's gonna win.
I don't think he's gonna get it then.
No, I don't think he's gonna win it. I mean, he even came out. I think it was on. I haven't seen his the new documentary that they have about him.
I've watched it.
Was it good? Is it worth watching?
Yeah, it's definitely worth, trying to kind of seeing what went on. Again, it's kind of doctored up a little bit, WWE films and everything else there. But I think it put everything in perspective. I mean, as far as, there's more to why he left AEW. They didn't get into that. They just said it was a personal thing.
That I saw. That's like the first.
Again, it didn't go there, but they've turned the story into him doing something that nobody else in his family had done. And that's to win the WWE Heavyweight Championship. And they kind of spotlighted the time his dad thought he had won it, but he was disqualified, so he didn't really win it and he shows him holding it, and and he actually got the belt from Dan Gilbert. Dan Gilbert gave him that belt, and so he has that belt that his dad held. So it's one of those things where I just don't know that you get him there. And then somebody here said, I think he gets the new title with Rollins, and that leads me into my next thing called a transition here in the radio world. Shinsuke Nakamura turning heel and taking out Rollins.
I'm happy about that.
I mean, you know what? I was like, man, he pinned Bronson kind of clean.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, now it makes sense. But when he first pinned him, I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Bronson Reed, you're pinning him clean? And then the turn, and now ultimately, I'm guessing that's who's going to be Rollins' next opponent right now, which I think might now turn into, shall we say, a Damian Priest cash-in. I don't know what they're doing with Judgment Day at this moment. I don't. They keep teasing this whole thing with the breakup, and now they brought JD McDonough back in a little bit because now Triple H is running things because Vince McMahon had back surgery.
Yeah, I saw that.
2 days after they raided his home, I guess the feds did, and he took got his back surgery done, so he's out for a little bit on leave. So now Triple H is running things, and now JD McDonough's back in. And I mean, and Cat for Life, you're right. I mean, you knew the turn was coming for Nakamura, I believe. You just didn't. I mean,
it's always complaining.
Huh?
He was always complaining too. So
it's one of those things, and I think it's a good opponent for Seth Rollins. I don't know that it had to be Nakamura. I don't know that you had to have the big heel turn during the main event there, but they obviously felt that was the spot, right? I mean, I guess Sammy gets hurt, and then
who else would challenge this guy, Seth, if it ain't Cody? They needed somebody else right now.
Yeah, but I mean, you still have guys there. I mean, you could throw together. You've got Drew, or no, Drew's actually over on SmackDown, right?
Well, no. Drew is on Raw because he was up against Gunther. So
yeah, that's right. Gunther's over as Raw now. I'm sorry, I get him so confused.
But you can't put him Drew because Drew obviously just lost to Gunther. So it would be
they don't work the rankings. We don't do the AEW ranking system here. Just because you lose 1 week, don't mean you can't be fight for a championship next week. Yeah, the Profits also in the new thing with Bobby Lashley. But I mean,
I just don't think they had anybody else that they could like a pop.
But I mean, I think like Cap said, and I think we've all kind of seen the turn, I guess, coming. I thought it would be on Ricochet, honestly, but then Ricochet took on. That's the other match we didn't talk about at SummerSlam.
Oh yeah,
Paul and Ricochet, which I thought was a pretty damn good match to begin with.
I am inspired by Logan Paul because after the match, he actually flew to his brother's boxing match.
Well, that's why he got on first. They made sure he went on first so he could fly straight to the.
That was very cool of him. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, no, it was good. So it looks like Nakamura Rollins will be coming up soon to a Raw near you, which is in Canada this week. They started pushing Chad Gable. Also, I kind of like that. Not gonna lie, I like it. And that finish, I thought that finish was pretty damn good too.
I like it too.
where they kept delivering their finishers to each guy that he was rolling up before he could get the suplex on him, and then finally hits it on. What he hit it on? Was it Ciampa? Ciampa he pinned, I think, was the one he finally hit it on after Ciampa hit the leg drop on the other guy. So I'm happy they're pushing him, man. I think he deserves a run. And again, not saying he's going to go again and beat Gunther, but that would be a good person to put over against Gunther, because now you can do the whole thing that USA versus the world type thing with Chad Gable, and he's sticking up for America as Imperium kind of runs down. And I felt during the promo that Kaiser, I believe, was with Maxine Dupree in the back, and it was kind of like the running down of everybody that wasn't them. So I'm hoping, again, I don't know that they do, but it'd be pretty cool to see Chad Gable conquer Gunther.
But what happens to Alpha Academy though?
I mean, you've got Otis there. Otis, you see what Otis is becoming, man. He's the comedy guy, the big guy that's going to lose to guys that are going to be getting, fed to Chad Gable, basically, in a way. That's kind of how I see him now, man.
It sucks because if you really do move on with Chad Gable's kind of solo, which I think...
I'm not saying he's got to go solo. He just has the belt. And basically what you do is people beat up on Otis to get to Chad. Because I don't think you break that up. I mean, I think it would be very...
It will hurt Otis for sure.
It will hurt Otis and Maxine at this point. Because I think she's getting over with the whole the alpha thing. And if you break it up, I think you can keep him with the title and with that, because again, Otis will be there to defend against Imperium, to help him against Imperium, and then we'll see how it goes. But I mean, again, I don't think Gable goes solo.
I think I wouldn't suggest it, because like I said, I think it does hurt Otis and it does hurt Maxine, and they have something going on. And I guess you could still, they still have the feud with the Viking Raiders here and there. So, you could still carry that angle.
I just think you get less tag team is what you're going to get. You might get tag teams on Raw or something, and then
you might get
the Intercontinental title.
You might get Maxine and Otis more against the Viking Raiders.
That's probably what you'll end up seeing.
Yeah.
Maybe even the matches where it'll be like Karrion Kross and Scarlett against Otis and Maxine, and then Chad will be doing his thing, still leading the Alpha Academy, and now he's got gold. You know what I mean? So it kind of adds to what he's doing there. Speaking of gold, Josh, what's up, my man?
What's going on?
Rey Mysterio. Guy comes back from getting knocked out. They take out Santos Escobar. Theory thinks he's got a night off. Not so fast, my friend. And then Rey Mysterio comes back in and is now your United States champion. What the hell?
I know, man. I did not agree with that at all. I thought that was ridiculous.
I think the greatest meme ever has finally been evolved. I don't know if you've seen this yet. Rey Mysterio's got the United States title, and then Dom has the North American title. He goes, I control all of North America. You just got the U.S.
That's awesome.
I mean, again, he's 48, and I have nothing against Rey, but to me, you just had this guy, Austin Theory, beat John Cena at WrestleMania. You've had him going through guys. I don't know. I don't know anything behind. I've been trying to read up until now, before the show came on, to see if anything leaked as far as if there's an injury. If Austin Theory messed up, if this was the plan all along, I don't know. Because remember, Santos won because Rey got injured and he hit his head on the back on the outside. Legitimately hit his head on the back. Maybe Rey was supposed to win that match, and it was supposed to be Rey against Austin Theory this whole time. So maybe this was the plan originally, and it got thwarted because Rey went outside the ring and hit his head and couldn't continue the match. So maybe that is some there, but it seems shocking to me that this is the time to take the title off of Austin Theory.
Yeah, I'm hoping that the angle that they kind of turn with this is that they give Santos Escobar a title shot. So it'll be Santos versus Rey Mysterio, and then Santos wins the belt from Rey Mysterio. I'm hoping that's the angle that they take. I think this was a slap in the face to Austin Theory. I think he's
That
gonna.
is why I think something happened backstage, like something messed up or something. He did something, and it's like,
I think is that
where's your punishment?
Vince had surgery, so he couldn't protect him anymore.
Yeah, but I think Triple H was a Theory fan too.
Yeah, I think
not
he
as
was.
much as Vince, I guess, apparently. But
I mean, he was putting value to that USA belt, so I'm a little bit. I felt like I said it was a slap in the face because at the end of the day, Austin Theory was doing a pretty good job, and he was still being entertaining with that USA belt. But yeah, I honestly hope that maybe they could swing. I'm losing my words here. Swing that type of storyline to like an LW versus LWO, and maybe that would be something. I really thought Escobar deserved to win. But I also thought they messed it up because the weekend before he had fought against Austin Theory for the non-title fight, and he beat him. So it kind of like ruled the purpose of, hey, why in the world why are they running it back again if he already beat him once?
both everybody does that. They do those title eliminator matches all the time. If you win, you get to verse it. I mean, it's one of those things. It just didn't make sense to me that you attack your opponent in the locker room and then you get a new one, and that new one. I mean, I guess you can always say Austin Theory can say he wasn't ready for the fight, and then he can try to run it back. But at this point, you run it back to take the belt back off of Rey?
And like you said, Rey, man, he's a Hall of Famer. Like, do you really need to give him the USA belt? Like,
no,
he could carry the show by his own, Like he stands out without needing a belt. So like, I don't see the purpose. I was a little bit shocked that happened and a little disgusted. And us, we're not fans of Austin Theory, but it has grown on us because of the way he's held that USA belt and
the way he's brought prominence, like Gunther brought prominence back with the Intercontinental title. It's brought a little bit of prominence, which, again, that's what's happening now with the WWE Women's Tag Team titles. Is everybody gets them and gets hurt, and they're like turnstiles. Everybody's getting them. I don't know if you've seen. Did you see what Chelsea put out where she has people interviewing, or like people are sending her messages to be her partner now?
Oh, really?
Yeah, like Matt Cardona did, and then Matt Cardona's dad just sent one. It is the funniest thing, man. If you get a chance, go up through and look. It's like random people are sending her things like to be her next partner, to be on the tag. But I don't know, man. Those WWE Women's Tag Team titles seem cursed, man.
They do.
And Josh is asking, do we watch Heels? I have not seen it yet.
No,
not gonna lie, I have not seen it yet. I've watched it on the what are they doing when the teaser, whatever the hell the thing's called, when they put it out and everything. I've seen the teasers and things like that, but I've not sat down and watched CM Punk in all his royalty. All right, let's get to the big news in WWE.
Wait, hold on.
Uso.
Can I share my screen with you?
Sure.
All right, here we go, guys. Here we go. Share that screen for me, Sean. Share that screen for me.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Share that screen for me right there.
Actually, they changed the Fatu now, huh?
Oh, there he is. Oh.
Joshua Fatu is all elite. There it is.
I love it. I love it. That was good.
And you know what the worst part about it is? They spelled J wrong.
Oh, my God.
Jey Uso. No, it's not J. It's Jey.
This person sucks.
Now, here's the thing, and this is where I think people need to remember one thing. AEW just went to Canada, correct?
Mm-hmm.
What happened to the guy that had legal problems? One Jeffrey Hardy. He got attacked the week before, and then he was injured while they did the tour. Guess where WWE heads next week?
Canada.
They're in Canada.
Toronto, baby.
Neither Uso can go.
Wow.
Jimmy can't go because of legal problems. Jay had a DUI done in 2019, so I'm not sure he can make it over there as well. I don't know what the whole things are. So here's the thing. I believe this was written into the storyline, people, so that
all day.
because hey, here's another thing, by the way. Word on the street, take it for what you want to hear, half of what you see, nothing of what you hear. Solo's not going, Roman's not going. This will be the first SmackDown where the focus will not be on the Bloodline while they're in Canada.
Good.
That's why Edge, I believe. Edge is, that's Raw, right? Edge is.
No. He's going to be on SmackDown. That's the 25th anniversary.
Sheamus, right? Man, dude, this is a problem. See, I watched everything so condensed because I had to record them and watch them at the same time. They're all running together.
Yeah, no.
It's Edge and Sheamus. That's going to be on the SmackDown, right?
Yeah, that's going to I
believe that's his 25th year, so they're probably going to focus everything on Edge since they're in Canada.
And they're Toronto, his hometown.
They're his hometown, so this is a chance for them to give the Bloodline, again, a little bit of a break.
Karen, if you rewind it a little bit, we just put the newest member of All Elite.
Oh,
I took it off already, but we just rewinded it a little bit,
Yeah. And then so for me, I get what everybody's saying. I get everybody having fun with it and everything else. I can tell you right now, no way Jey Uso is leaving WWE.
No,
not happening.
That is what somebody had written on a chat. Somebody wrote it. I don't know who it was, but it's basically they're starting to set up Jey versus Jimmy at WrestleMania. That's what they're gonna do.
Yeah, because of that interview they had a long time ago with Chris Van Fleet, and they said their dream was actually to fight one-on-one against each other at the thing. And then also one of the things that I saw, and again I said it, I believe on here a couple weeks ago, was SummerSlam. Payback is pretty much going to be Judgment Day driven. The next pay-per-view, I believe. They're the main focus on the poster, everything else. A match that was supposedly leaked out for Survivor Series is actually Solo versus Jimmy versus Jey versus Roman.
A four-way?
All of them in a match against each other. What the stipulations are going to be, how they're going to get to it, no idea. But again, this will prolong because that'll be November around Thanksgiving time. Yeah. So now you can go to Royal Rumble. Jimmy and Jey could both be in the Rumble. They'd eliminate each other. So you can keep what I'm saying? So you can keep it rolling all the way to WrestleMania without it getting too stale. That's the thing they have to worry about now. If the outcome is to be Jimmy versus Jey, we're still 8 months away from that right now.
Yeah, I am not gonna lie to you. I'm a little bit tired of this Bloodline storyline, but I know that.
And I know you're all about that long-term storytelling. You are.
I was done about that. I mean, I honestly wanted something different. You want to know what I really wanted? I'll tell you exactly what I wanted, and maybe I'm wrong for this, but I actually wanted Damian Priest to have cashed the Money in the Bank and beaten Roman Reigns. I honestly wanted that to happen. It wasn't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
You heard my whole thing about that.
I wanted that to happen.
I said they could do that and then somehow bring the Bloodline back in and make it more of a, they're after the Judgment Day for because they stole the title from the Bloodline. You know what I'm saying? So then they got something to come together for. Don't have to like each other. Don't have to, just get the title back to the Bloodline or whatever they want to do. Then you could have extended the story a little bit more. So, and then also I agree with Omar when he said, I'd like to see, I thought Rikishi would have been in this already. Maybe he gets more involved now, but I think they should have brought people in. They hinted at the head, the elders are the ones that told me to do this. And then nothing developed from that.
On a side note, Memo, this is wrestling talk. This is not soccer talk. Let's just get that straight. I agree with the fact that they should have done a couple of different things. I honestly feel like this Bloodline story keeps being changed, but it's a revolving door. Oh my God, Jimmy didn't want Jey to become the new tribal guy because, hey, his attitude.
It was kind of like the I don't know. It not 100%, but he did it for for jealousy. If you read the story, if you hear what he's saying,
he
was worried about what happens to me if you become the tribal chief. Where do I go? There's no more Usos.
Yes.
You
But
know
that's not jealousy.
Huh?
That's not jealousy. That's him being worried because that's
selfish and being. I mean, however you want to look at it.
That's his brother. He's like,
kind of like
I'm losing my brother.
Cain and Abel. In a way, when you look at it.
I could understand the selfishness, but I honestly feel like, we're too tight. What happens to the Usos? Like it's always been me and you. Like, I think you would have changed. Your ego would have gone above the actual brotherhood that we have, and now I can't be with you. Like, we can't be bros like we always been. I don't think that's jealousy. I just think he felt like, the family was gonna mess up, like me and him. It's like coming in between me and my brother.
Selfish. He put his worries in front of anybody else's.
It is selfish. I agree with that, but it was like a healthy selfish. Like,
you know what? Excuse me real quick. I'm stopping the show. Pause. Because DJ Mimo 100%. I forgot to tell you, Frank. Happy belated birthday, my friend.
Oh snap! You guys remember? I remember. Yeah, that was another reason, guys.
You old bastard, you.
That's another reason why we've been like the last 2 weeks we've been on and off. Besides me being a little bit sick,
I had a lot of work, man. It's mostly been me, honestly. It's really been me because I wasn't able to watch a lot of the shows when we were covering Zach and all them up there. We were driving 30 minutes to the Canton and then doing all the footage and driving back and putting the footage together. So, happy belated birthday!
I appreciate it.
My man.
My birthday was on Wednesday. I enjoyed myself. Shout out to Memo. Like, me and Memo are really good friends. So we went
almost Colombia, right? Yes.
Yeah. Well, we lost. That's why he was taking that shot out.
I know.
That's why chat, but still, I had a great time, and man, I was getting a little bit older as time progresses. Actually, what's funny is, like, my mom hit me up, and again, I know we're talking wrestling, but just on the side, my mom hits me up. She's like, Frank, we want to take you out to eat tonight. And I'm like, yeah, but I got the wrestling show. I've been canceling on Sean so much. I was like, I gotta at least, I told him, look, let me do the show. It's 2 hours. And then after that, I'll head out over there. So after this.
Where are we going, man? Where are we going?
Any suggestions, guys? Oh, Sean, you should give me a suggestion. You know where to eat.
I'm in the chat.
Tell me a good place. I mean, but it has to be open late because I gotta drive about 30 minutes to my parents' house, and then they're gonna take me out to eat.
I don't know that area, so
no, I'll drive anywhere. Just let me know.
If you drive there 30 minutes, and then you gotta drive back, like, dude, that's a long time, man.
No.
You know my favorite. I'll tell you right now, my favorite place to go on my birthday, Brazilian steakhouses.
Yeah, my mom and my dad were asking me about a steakhouse.
I kind of jump around at different ones just to try all of them. Can't go wrong, man, with the Brazilian steakhouse, bro.
Okay, but which Brazilian steakhouse? I know the Omar saying Wynwood, bro, but yeah, like, where? Like, give me a particular place, and I promise you, I'll go there. If it's open, I'll go there, and then on Tuesday, I'll go ahead and let you guys know if it was worth it or not. So, the Knife, bro, I've been to the Knife. The Knife, it's okay. It's okay. You've been to the Knife, right, Sean?
I don't think I've ever been to the Knife, man.
No. Okay, so they got two locations. They got one in Bayside, and then they got one in Broward. I've been to both. The one in Bayside is smaller. The one in Broward is by itself. It's okay. It's not bad. We took my mom there, I think, once for her birthday. We're like, hey, let's try a steakhouse. And obviously the one at Dolphin Mall. Man, what's the name of that place?
Somebody said Ruth Chris. I've eaten there before. Done that before.
Go to El Toro Loco.
Toro Loco. What's that?
Where is that?
Where's the Crazy Bull?
Where is the Crazy Bull?
Sounds like a strip club. Sitting at a buffet at the strip club.
I can't take the old folks.
Come on, Josh.
My dad would be happy.
Parents, man. Can't take the parents in there. Like,
my mom would be like,
on the main stage, Diamond, stand by. Pearl, stand by.
All right, so do this, guys. Do this. Let me know where I should go. So El Toro Loco is I don't mind Peruvian. That's cool. I've eaten at Peruvian places. Yeah. So Machu Picchu is really good. There's a place called Machu Picchu is really good that I've had as well. So it's like, let me know where exactly. Give me drop names. Like I said, I'm gonna.
You know what's funny about me? For a fat guy, I'm very stuck in my ways. Like, when I find a place I like, when I go to a restaurant, I already know what I'm getting before I go there. Because if I've eaten there before, I usually get the same stuff.
Okay, El Toro Loco Churrasqueria. So that's
Oh,
a steakhouse. Okay, I'm gonna
love
write
this
that down.
house.
That's in Hialeah, or where is it at? Let me know. Let me know where it is, Josh, and I'm gonna try it. Is it open late? Because like I said, I probably won't make it to the place until like 9:30. So it has to be open at least until 11. That way I could at least
You're getting a
get.
food truck, buddy. You're getting a food truck with the parents.
Or anything, I could always push it to tomorrow. I don't know. The old folks were like,
Now I feel bad, man. I got you out here and you missed your birthday dinner with your parents.
nah, I had a good. Like I told you, Memo and my other friend, Big Al, we were all both hanging out on Wednesday. We had a good time. So, and then
The
shout out,
bowling scores were not that good, buddy.
and I know my
I
brother's
tell you
not.
now, you guys ain't no bowlers, buddy.
What?
Yeah,
Wait. Hold on
I
a
think a
second.
108. A 108?
No. The next round I had a 145, I think.
Oh, you didn't take the picture of that one. You took a picture of
No,
108.
it is. All you have to do was slide it
I
on
don't slide,
Instagram.
buddy. I
Ah,
don't slide.
wait, Sean. Hold on a second. Hold on. And Dan, we're really diverting here, but I have to bring this up. Are you telling me that you're challenging me to bowling? Are you challenging
You
me
and
to
your
bowling?
145? What are you gonna do?
Sean, you let me know. And anybody who's local, like who wants to come, we could schedule this. You know how you guys have been scheduling, hey, let's meet up in Hialeah. You let me in Hialeah Park. You let me know when you want to bowl. I don't care. I'll go anywhere. And I
I
promise
will
you,
whoop your ass on the
holy
lanes, buddy.
snap. You're tempting me. Don't
I'll
you
power bomb your ass as soon as it's done, too. I'm gonna
oh my
whoop
god.
your ass in 10 frames, and on the 11th frame, I'm power bombing your ass through a table.
Oh my god. It is on, sir. You let me know, guys. Where should we where you want to bowl? And you tell me the date and the time and I'll be there. I will be there. I'll even sacrifice. We could do a live show. That's what we'll do. We'll do a live show, and then the next thing we got the
We'll
bowl.
bowl and come back and talk. And
We got it, bro.
all right, real quick, let's get back to the wrestling now. Omar said, I think he's just tired, speaking of Jimmy, tired of being under the shadow of Roman and tired of being bullied by Roman. Again, that's one of the things where it's like, because he did talk back to Roman and told him to shut up or I didn't do it for you or something. I forgot how he said it.
He said
like, it's not for you. And then he turned it toward Jey and everything there. But, again, it's one of those things where I believe they've left it open a little bit, enough to where there's angles out of this. There's little lines, escape lines, however they want to go. And Jey super kicks him at the end, and then of course he looks at the camera. Again, not on the microphone, to the camera. The crowd has no idea what's being said. And he looks into the camera and he says, I'm out of the Bloodline. I'm out of SmackDown.
I'm going to AEW.
WWE.
And I'm going to AEW.
Call me, TK. Call me.
At the end of the day, man.
I can't wait to have Jey Uso on my roster. He'll be all elite.
I mean, I honestly felt like it was nice that he said that. That was interesting that he did that. That was creative, I guess, in a way. But
it's a way to take them off of TV next week because you don't expect them now to be there next week, right? I mean,
that's true.
It takes them out of the Canada trip. They just didn't have to beat them down.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, again, I hope that something like
Cap for life. That is exactly. I was hoping that he would be like, I did it for The Rock. That's what he said. I wanted him so much to be like, I did it for you, Jey. Like how the Rikishi did. I would have loved it, man. I would have loved
it. I'm getting tired of this Bloodline stuff, man. For the like we already had this conversation. For the casual fans, they're eating this up. For me, it's like, okay, Well, I'm not surprised they want to try to do Jey and Jimmy now. I mean, okay, I guess whatever.
Yeah, okay. It's
not
all elite stuff, but I'll listen to it.
It's not like double clothesline. I don't find it entertaining right now.
Why? Because they dance too much? It's because Usos dance to the ring? That's why, right? They dance. I'm dance. You're a wrestler. You're not a dancer.
No more dancing, please.
You work at El Toro Loco if you're a dancer.
They could bring Rikishi, and then he could get all the whole Bloodline dancing. How about that?
That'll make you happy.
But yeah, overall, it's okay. It's okay. It's whatever. Monday Night Raw, it's okay. I guess
again. I'll say this right now. All the shows have been decent. I still don't understand the ratings for AEW. I thought they would be a little bit better. They've went down. I think the programming has gotten a little bit better.
It has. It does.
The one issue I have with both is the women division.
Okay. So we didn't jump too much into that. Did you agree with EO cashing on the Money in the Bank at SummerSlam? I think
Yes,
that was the
did.
right call. I don't think it was.
100%.
I don't think it was the right call.
I agree. I think it was at that point. Yes.
I don't think it was the right call because I don't think they're using EO correctly. Like when she came out to the Charlotte Flair match, why? You're the champion. The attention should be on you, not on you going into the Asuka Charlotte Flair fight. I don't see that. I think I think they made a miscue with that.
Why?
If
Why? She's a heel though.
I understand that
A
she's
heel doesn't come out and be like, "I want my match at Bash at the Beach." No, you
I
cash in when they're at their most vulnerable.
correct. I get that. I can understand that. That she's there, but I think her coming out with the whole damage control and all that stuff. I don't know. I think it was too soon. I think it was just way too soon, or something. I don't think it's necessary for her to do that. She's the champion. You come at me. I think they could have done something where she comes out on I don't know, on backstage and said, "This is the fight that they delivered. This is crap. I'm the women's champion. So I'm not even tuning in. I don't have to take my time to go look at those two because I already beat them." You understand me? Like something like that. I think it was unnecessary. Again, I feel like they're always putting the spotlight on Charlotte Flair, and it
Wasn't
kind
it
of
to
sucks.
crown a number one contender for a title?
What, that fight?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't remember. I don't.
So now there's no number one contender because she don't no contest. Neither one wins.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes a little bit
You know
sense.
I mean, it's little.
I didn't know that it was that.
It's kind of little things, and again, I'm not saying that I didn't. I was going through everything, so I'm not saying that it was that, but like I think ultimately what's going to happen, honestly, is Bayley turns on EO and EO becomes a top baby face.
Yeah, but they've been like, I thought the same thing too, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like,
We got to wait for Dakota to come back. Dakota's back, but she's not back.
oh, okay, yeah,
she can't work right now. She could basically get to the ring and just kind of be there.
You
But
think
they
that
brought her back to have the thing just to be there?
you think that then maybe in a couple of months or maybe next year you have EO versus Dakota at one point in time? Then
I think you might have EO versus Dakota before you have EO versus Bayley.
oh, okay.
Because I think what's going to happen is Bayley pawns Dakota to soften her up. Ultimately, that's again what'll happen will probably be exact opposite of that. By the way, but I believe to me it would be more compelling TV that they do this to keep EO as the champion because Bayley wants the title, not because she wants EO to keep the title. Bayley wants to get the title from EO.
Bayley should do what Christian does.
Oh, that
carry
would be
the
so
belt.
great. That would be so great.
That would be awesome.
Oh,
Yeah.
Let me tell you something though. The best thing was when he kicked his daughter out. He's like, "Hey,
that was so
you got
good.
to take it. Get her out backstage."
That was so good.
Omar says, I think they should have more titles for the women. I disagree.
Like a USA title for the women?
Disagree, man. I disagree. I think that's where AEW went wrong when they brought out the TBS title. I just think you have, if you want to bring out a new title for then they, I believe, again, this is me, probably more old school thinking, is that they should have done a tag team women's title instead of throwing a TBS title.
What, you know what?
The TBS tag team titles or something. So then you can have two women there.
All right. I'm keeping track, guys. The Chef Creole place and also El Toro Loco. So I'm gonna look at those two up. I actually like the idea. The real. I actually like the idea.
I can't do good with what they've got now, and you want to add more titles to this?
No. But I don't agree with a women's United States Championship belt, but I do like a women's Intercontinental belt. I think that's pretty cool. I think that's a working belt. I think that's worth it. I like that. I like that idea. Oh, I like that. The real. That's why he's the real, because he comes with really good ideas. I agree. I think that's a really good. They don't need to bring more than one. Just bring one. Have it there. It's not bad because you got the women's in Monday night, and then you got the one in SmackDown. You got those two, and then you got the tag team belts. There's no more belts for the women after that, right? There's no belts after that. I don't think
tag
so.
team titles.
Yeah, no, the tag team and the Raw and the SmackDown belts. That's
And
it.
they can't handle those correctly. Now we're going to add titles to the women's division?
I know. Well, they're handling the Rhea Ripley belt correctly. You know that. They're handling that right.
Because nobody I mean, that's an obvious one right now.
Yeah, I
But you
mean,
just talked about the Io Sky situation.
I don't think
didn't
I don't think
necessarily like it.
I don't think it was the right time. I don't think what they did on Friday Night SmackDown was the right angle of like. But you did mention that was a titles contender. I didn't see. Like I said, I glimpsed through SmackDown. I was like trying to watch it,
Well,
and
I
then
was listening to
I didn't listen to the actual thing. I
yeah,
was
it
just
threw me
speaking to
off
my-
by not having Michael Cole as the announcer. I'm not going to lie to you.
Why
But
did they do that? Why did they switch
because
the
Fox already
commentators?
said they're not going to re-up their deal, so they moved the big crew to USA to Raw.
Oh, okay. Damn, I'm
That's
so
what I
off.
believe it is. Supposedly, Michael Cole is transitioning to try to get more time off and be more in the back. But ultimately now he's doing more work. But it's supposedly to get Patrick Kelly more seasoned working with him and getting a little bit more of the, because some of these guys come with great, great broadcasting skills, but they might not know the product enough to where they're into it as much as they probably.
But are they keeping all three of them on SmackDown for now?
For now, yes. For now, yes.
Okay. So 3-man crew on SmackDown.
But Patrick Kelly is the lead.
Yes.
Then of course Cameron is the
sidekick?
heel play-by-play or heel color commentary, and Michael Cole fills in wherever they think he needs to like throw something in there real quick or to try to keep it rolling or something. Got for life. Real Omar says a BMF title for Ronda. She's gone.
Yeah, she's dipping. She's going to AEW, baby, with Jey.
He's the best milk farmer now. That's BMF, best milk farmer.
Oh, if AEW.
She's working her at Rousey Ranches.
If you're so smart, especially if Jay Cargill leaves, you gotta bring Ronda to AEW. But
not gonna happen.
That's a different
not
story.
Gonna happen. Cat for Life asks, "What about the OC guys? Where are they taking AJ Styles and crew?" Well, AJ just beat Karrion Kross. I don't know about the OC, man. I don't know where they're going. Where they're going to go with the OC. 1 week it looks like they're going to get a push. Then the next week they lose to it. Like they built them up to lose to that team. I honestly don't know. And by the way, the OC's happy just collecting the paycheck that they're collecting because in their deal, by the way, if they're not being used, they're not being flown in. So they have it in their contract worked out that, hey, if we're not on the card, we're not showing up. Whereas other people sometimes have to show up to these shows, Raws and SmackDowns, because they might get used. And they just sit back there and they sit back there and they sit back there. If they're not booked on it, they are not showing up. They don't have to.
Oh, that's smart. I would have done the same thing on my contract.
Yeah. So, all right, man. Birthday boy, you ready? You ready to flip the pin?
We're ready. Wait. We got to do our top 5.
Oh my God, I forgot. Oh, geez. Top five.
Our no debating list. We can't debate this. Hold on, let me share my.
We didn't even.
We didn't even tell them.
Tell them, yeah. So let's tell them.
We wanted to keep it a surprise, guys.
Right.
Just like my birthday surprise. We're gonna. It was kind of simple. Oh man, I can't.
It's not simple though. It's really not simple.
Yes, it is. It is simple.
No, it's not. The top 2, probably top 3, but after that, no.
All right, I think I got it. Did I share it right? Just pop it up. Pop it up. That way they can see what it is. Oh,
there it is.
Oh, hold on a second. Why is this showing up?
We got his passwords.
No. You don't have any passwords. I don't know why that's showing up. That's weird. You know what? Let me.
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, I think you had it. You had it there. You got to line it up and just push it in. No, over.
No, it's not. It's not doing it.
Yeah, it did a minute right there. Right?
No, it's not letting me do it. That's so weird. Hey, you guys not seeing my password? No, I'm just playing. Thank God it didn't show my password. Let me see. Can I do this? No, that's not it either. Oh wait, hold on. Maybe this. There it is.
There we go. All right.
Thank God it didn't show my password. Jesus Christ.
It's not all time. It's 2023.
Hold on. Let me delete that. Top 5 best. See what happens when you're out for 2 weeks. This is what happens when you're out for 2 weeks.
All right, so it is the top 5 babyface wrestlers of 2023.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right.
Let's go back and forth. That way, you know,
Yeah, no,
it
no, we
works.
will. We will. You want to go honorable mentions first, or do you have any? Or
You know, honorable mentions. Wow. Chad Gable. I think Chad Gable would be one. He's a baby face now that they're trying to push him out there. And then if I had to say somebody from AEW, up and coming Nick Wayne. I think Nick Wayne is a baby face that they want to push eventually. So just to give AEW a little bit of love. But yeah, that's who I have. How about
all
you?
right. For me, I'd like to say the acclaimed Orange Cassidy.
Wait, how can you say Orange Guy's the best baby? Like an honorable mention, he already has a belt.
Do you not know me? A belt doesn't mean shit to me,
Ah,
dude.
Lord George, Jesus
A
Christ!
belt, okay, great. He gets to carry heavier luggage.
You
Congratulations. Oh, I'm sorry. Congratulations, Orange.
you don't care you don't care about. Okay, well then you know what? When I beat you in bowling, watch. You're gonna care about championship belts because I'm gonna get a belt and have the belt. I'm gonna order a special belt, a bowling championship belt, and bring it on the show just for you when I beat you in bowling.
You do
How
it.
about
You
that?
do that. That's fine. That's fine. Everybody gets a certificate, buddy. Everybody gets a trophy. I'll take the trophy and bash it over your head when after I power bomb you through a table.
All right, so you got the acclaim, you got Orange Cassidy. Anybody else? That's those just
I
those
agree
three.
with you, Chad Gable. Recently, I kind of like that one. I didn't have that one on there, but I think you're right with where that's heading.
All right, cool. Well, we're good. All right, so you want to start? You want me to start?
Go ahead, man.
All right, so I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna say my number five is Sky Blue. I think Sky Blue, AEW has been doing a really good job in pushing her, and I know she just lost, but still, I think she's a great baby face. I think they're pushing her, and again, I'm saying the best baby face. I'm looking at it in this. Okay, I'm not saying so much about like because I saw your face about what they've achieved. I feel the way I'm looking at it is like the best baby face to have coming up in 2023. So I think having her eventually move up and get like a title or something like that, I think she has the best potential in the women's division in the AEW side to win a belt. So I think that's why I say she's a good baby face to push her to eventually get to that, you know, Britt Baker status, that Soraya status, that Jay Cargo. I don't think she'll ever reach Jay Cargo, but something like that. Like, you kind of get what I'm saying. So that's why I have Sky Blue as like one of my top baby faces that I think will eventually make it. And that's kind of like the way I did my list. I just want to let you know. So go ahead, you.
My number five is Joshua Fatu. Jey
Oh,
Uso. His recent run is Jey, sir. Jey. Don't do the same mistake as the X guy did. There you go, Jey Uso.
really? It really is J with a E?
Yeah, Jey.
Oh wow. Okay. Wrong. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Did you freeze? I think. I
No,
think.
but no, just the fact with everything that's going now, main event Jay picking up steam, and what is it?
No,
Did you
you're
look it
right.
up? Did you
Yeah,
confirm?
I
Yeah,
did.
thanks, thank you. Thank you for
It is.
confirming with me, the guy. Yeah.
It is. Yeah, all this time I thought it was
With
an
this
egg.
current way everything's going, and now you see the fact that this is blowing up the way it's blowing up, probably exactly what he wanted to do, because now he's got apparently, supposedly, the same story I heard. His contract ended August 5th,
Mhm.
which would have been 7 days ago. So, however you want to listen to the story, to me, Jey Uso right now, one of the top five baby faces of 2023. And I'm not doing what ifs. Well, you know what ifs can do? They can bowl better than DJ Frankie Fresco.
All right. My next person is Santos Escobar.
What?
And you know what? I said Santos Escobar because I thought he was gonna win the Intercontinental belt, and then they did Santos so dirty. So the reason I picked Santos Escobar is because I feel that LW versus LW, Rey Mysterio will drop the belt, and Santos Escobar will be the next USA champion and be the face of that USA belt. Santos Escobar making it happen for the LWO after so many times they've lost. I know, Sean. I know. You. I told you. I
Hurting,
went
man. It's
crazy.
hurting.
I
My
went
number
crazy.
4, probably one of the better heels. He'd be on my top 5 probably heels of 2023, and now he's on my top 5 baby faces of 2023 because he is my scumbag. He's MJF. The fact
Okay.
that you can turn this, and I get it, it's probably all for show, and he's going to end up turning it back. But man, he's got the fans right now dancing on a string, and this is pure entertainment gold.
Pure.
I mean, that damn dodgeball from the man.
That was really good.
What?
I
It
love
is
that.
just getting better and better, man.
No, it's
I'm
gotten
gonna
better.
break this up because I don't want it. I just keep these things rolling, man. Just keep this rolling.
It's gotten better. It's gotten better.
MJF in at number 4.
All right. My number 3 is Raquel Rodriguez. And Raquel Rodriguez. And the reason I say Raquel Rodriguez is because, hey man, she had a really good run with this girl. I forgot when she was a tag team. Man, what is
Maybe
that
Liv
girl?
Morgan.
Liv Morgan, who's always hurt now. Liv Morgan, and hey man, they're pushing her to go up against Rhea Ripley now. So I like it,
Put her
man.
down this week.
I like it. I like it, man. She's been doing pretty. She's come really strong, and Raquel Rodriguez out of the blue, man, out of nowhere. Like, who would have thought that she was gonna start now going up against Rhea Ripley and competing and making it actually challenging. Plus, she's built big enough to make it kind of like equal in size when she goes up against Rhea Ripley. So, Raquel Rodriguez, my number 3 best baby face for this year, 2023. Your go, sir.
Oh my god, I almost feel like I mean,
Weird list.
my number 3 babyface of 2023 is Sami Zayn,
Oh, Sami Zayn.
and you know, WrestleZania and everything that was going on that first half with him and Roman and the Bloodline and all that. It's Sami Zayn.
Isn't it with a Z?
No,
You really? It's with an S?
it's
Damn.
SAMI.
Oh, it's not even like that?
No, man.
Man, I'm way out. Hold on.
ZAYN.
Wait. Start over. SAM.
SAMI
Mm-hmm.
ZAYN.
Oh, yeah, that. You're absolutely right. I'm terrible with spelling these names.
But the fact,
yesterday.
again, I don't like what they're doing now with him and the tag team titles, but that run with WrestleZania and everything else, that was one of the top things in 2023 so far.
I agree. I think that was a really good run for him and KO, obviously. For me, I am putting Adam Cole / MJF. I think I agree with you. I think MJF has taken from heel to a new baby face, but it would not have been possible without Adam Cole, and that's kind of what's running right now. AEW, like that's everybody wants to see them. The double clothesline, the little shows. Although I did not like the dancing, but it's gotten better over the time. The whole throwing the dodgeball on the kids and all that stuff. That's really good. I enjoyed it a lot. And then you don't know what you're gonna get with Adam Cole and MJF. Like they're hugging it out every single time. Like everybody's always telling
The
them not to
crowd's
hug it
always
out.
like, hug it out, hug it out. It's over.
Yeah, so I like that. So I think that they are the next top baby face for 2023.
Number 2 for me, Seth freaking Rollins.
Okay.
I mean, they sing your song for 17 minutes straight. I mean, do I need to say anything else? You're over as a baby face.
He is. He is.
I bet our number 1s are probably going to match, but let's see.
No, our number 1s are not gonna match. If you've noticed, my list has been completely different, and it's because, like I told you, I'm looking at them like the top 5 baby faces right now that are ready to take it to the next level. And this one,
Well, then they can't be the best right now, so the list is wrong.
No, it says the top 5 best babyface wrestlers. You took it as the top 5 best babyface wrestlers right now, and I have them as the top 5 best baby wrestlers ready to make that leap. That's the way I looked at my list.
Okay, all right, the leap. All right, that's
And
what I want.
I wanted to be different. I want to be different than your list. We can't have the same list. You're gonna be mad at me, but it's my boy LA Knight. Yes, talk to me, LA Knight. Yeah. That is my number one babyface out there. And the reason is he is going to be the next champion. I don't know which belt, but he's definitely going to win a belt. And I know that the turn is starting to happen. SummerSlam was the first moment.
The
And
turn already happened before SummerSlam.
LA Knight, baby. Yeah. You know what's funny?
And you know what? Shame on me. I did not have LA Knight in there. Even as a freaking honorable mention. Shame on me. I apologize, Mr. L.A. Knight. Yeah.
Let me talk to you,
my
Sean.
number one was the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, my God. Cody.
His return and the fans behind him, this story, he's the number one babyface, man. He's become, you know, when I think of baby faces, again, this is going back many moons ago because technically Ricky Steamboat and Ricky Morton, to me, were two of the top baby faces ever. Steamboat, I don't believe, ever turned heel. Ricky Morton did end up turning heel for a little bit at the end of his career as Richard Morton with Terry Runnels before she was Alexandra York at the time in WCW. And they did the thing. There was Michael Wall Street. There was Richard Morton. There was Steven Regal. They all had these business type names. They're called the York Foundation. And those two are baby faces to me. Were the top two baby faces ever for me watching it. And I see a little bit of that with what Cody's doing in this story. And you can see the fans, they're buying in. They're everything he does. When he's getting beat down, it feels like you're getting beat down. Although he got beat down a lot, probably more than I would wish on anybody. But apparently it's got him to where it's gotten him to right now. And that is number one on Sean's best babyface wrestlers of 2023.
Well, you want to know something? Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you, Sean. It's all about LA Knight. Yeah. Hell yeah. You know what's funny is I've been with that LA Knight type of vibes now. And everywhere I go, I say, yeah, there was actually a little like reel that happened where the girl on Twitter or X, whatever you call it now, and she's like, I don't know, my husband has been saying a word every single time for everything, and then that was so good. Where he's like taking a dump, and then he drops the dump. He's like, yeah. That was so
and
good.
She's like, honey, and he goes, yeah.
It is so good. LA Knight, man.
I thought it was funny was Joey Janela, somebody in Monome, as when he was in AEW. He's like, I'm going to sue LA Knight for copyright infringement because I was the first one to use when I was at DMV and they called me and I was like, yeah.
No, I got it.
You know, they're all doing jokes on it now. But again, that is where he's at. And shame on me for not having him on the list. I mean, geez. Although I thought my list was pretty good, but I probably should have LA Knight up there.
Well, yeah, like I told you, we both had kind of like a different vibe to this list because
but still, LA Knight would have fit in right with the MJF type thing because MJF just recently, for the babyface list now, just recently got there, and I think maybe that's probably where the LA Knight area is too, you know.
Because
I should have had it on my list. I just totally
if you look at it as like who have been the best baby faces today up to today, then I agree with most of your list. Probably LA Knight would only be the only difference.
No, I left them out totally.
And then mine, for like I told you, I think these are the baby faces that are going to take the next leap. So I think these are the best available baby faces right now to take that next leap, in my opinion. That's why I said they're the best baby faces of 2023. They're ready to make that jump, but we'll see.
We shall see.
Yes, sir.
You know what time it is? What time is it? Where's Karen?
It's AEW. Yeah. Let me talk to you, Sean, about AEW, sir. Let me talk to you. Hold on, I gotta change this. I gotta change this back to my AEW. There it is. There it is, sir.
I do have something that I have a bone to pick with you on something that was announced today. But we'll get into it later near the end. I put it on the sheet, so
let me
I think
talk to
you
you,
know which
Sean.
one I have, which one it is.
All right, let me go to my sheet here. Let me go to my cheat sheet. So, all right, so number one, first things first. I know we haven't. I don't know if we're gonna cover like a lot of stuff. I mean, like I said, we've both been busy and we both had stuff going on. The guy, No, I'm sorry, my bad, my bad. RVD, baby, RVD, making his AEW appearance, wrestling against Jack Perry and that terrible intro song. I mean, it is just amazing to see RVD and AEW for one fight. They haven't signed him. That's what I've been hearing, that they haven't signed him, but they liked how he worked Jack Perry, and then they're actually considering possibly doing more work with him. What do you think about RVD making his AEW appearance? Love it.
I like it, man. And especially, again, it goes back to storytelling. And again, the FTW title was something that was, kind of made up in ECW because they didn't have a belt, or Taz felt he was getting screwed out of the belt, so he made up his FTW, F the world belt. And now you're seeing RVD, some of the ECW guys that can still go. I mean, they're not pulling guys off of wherever, but I mean, I thought he looked okay. I mean, he's a tad slower. It took him a little bit longer. He didn't spring up to the top rope like he normally would.
Yeah, sure.
But my God, man, if you've watched RVD did the spinning kick to the outside over the railing, he gave you, most of his RVD stuff, and that is what it was more about.
I mean, he's way better. I know he's not as old, but he's way better than Sting when Sting wrestles.
No, yeah. But also, see, the thing too is like the problem with RVD though is he was such a high flyer.
He was.
He doesn't do as much of that stuff anymore, so it's kind of hurt a little bit of his. But again, he still does the roll through into the splash, the backsplash, and you still get some of your RVD fix. You know what I'm saying? And it's not terrible. It's not like he's doing a spin kick and he lands and you're like, oh God, did he blow out a leg? No, he still lands it fine, man. I mean, he can still go. He's still doing the split thing, which I'll never be able to do, because if I do, I'll just have to call a hospital because I can't get back up.
I don't think I've ever been able to do that split thing.
You have to take it for what it was. I didn't expect him to go out there and give an RVD ECW 5-star match. I didn't expect that. I didn't have crazy low expectations either. I just thought it was going to be a good, decent match, and that's what rolled out there, and that's what it was. If you honestly thought you were going to get RVD from, whatever, the early 2000s or whatever, then you're sadly mistaken, man. I mean, the guy's aged a little bit.
That's true. He has aged, but I'm happy that he can still hang. And some of these old wrestlers can still hang. Like, Carlito is another one who does a really good job. He did a really good job.
If you look at him, the ones that had a balanced attack can still hang pretty good. Although Too Cold Scorpio is still out there doing his goddamn 450 splash. I have no idea how old that guy is. So,
true.
Age is just a number, but again, it's RVD's taking a lot of punishment. Those ECW guys took a lot of punishment.
Oh man,
don't do it. Don't do it.
I love when people. You guys must be tuning in. Like, you guys really must listen to me a lot, because Ryback should come back. We all know this. He can hang as well. Bring that back. Bring Ryback. Feed him to AEW, sir. Feed him.
Goddamn.
I don't know if they if B McDonald or B
McD, baby. B McD.
B McD is an AEW Frankie Fresco, Mr. AEW fan, but I appreciate the Ryback comment. I didn't go too much into Dynamite, too much into Collision and all that stuff, because it's okay. But I am bringing up the All-In card, which is starting to shape up, which is pretty good. So hold on a second. Let me bring this up. That way we can show it to the fans and show it to our people. Let me see if I have it here. Yes, it's here. So let me share this with you. Talk to me, Sean. Talk to me, Sean.
What do you want to have? Which one do you want to go with? Adam Cole, MJF?
Pull that up. Pull that up for me, please. If you
What do you
can
want?
put it up.
All in?
Yeah. No, I'm sure.
Oh, I didn't see you had it on there. I'm sorry. Behind the scenes, he shoots me this thing on my screen to go up. That's what he's referring to. I apologize.
Let me talk to you, Sean. Let me talk to you about this card right now. So they just did the 0 hour one, and it's the Aussie Open versus Adam Cole and MJF. Now, do you like that? Did you like the fact that they're gonna do it at the 0 hour?
Well, they can't do it during the show because then MJF and Adam Cole have to fight again.
But why would they?
But here's my question to you. Why would they put them on there twice?
Hey, that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
I wouldn't they have done the 0 hour match on like the Rampage leading into the pay-per-view? Because here's my thing.
No.
That match, by the way, is going to get schmozzed over by Roderick Strong and the Kingdom. And I believe Kyle O'Reilly comes out. It'll be Kyle O'Reilly, MJF, and Adam Cole against the Kingdom and Roderick Strong at All In.
But now let me ask you something. Let me talk to you, Sean. Do you agree with Adam Cole and MJF going for the ROH belts? Because remember, you are the guy who says, yo, we cannot combine ROH belts out there with AEW. They're two different brands. We can't have them.
No, I don't like it, but it is. I don't want them going for the AEW tag team titles. They just lost them. They just lost the match.
Yeah, they can't go. They can't.
I mean, again, I'm hoping they win the ROH titles because then they don't disband it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just keep waiting for the switch to happen. I'm waiting for the switch to get turned off on this, and I don't want it to happen. But my question is, now you have two matches on there
with the same people.
And one of those matches is going to get Roderick's interfering somewhere. So did they set up the 0 hour match for that to happen? But then if it happens there, why wouldn't he attack him in the main event?
I don't think he attacks them in the main event. I think they're
gonna changes though. Like that's what I don't.
I think this is the thing that TK and I think MJF and Adam Cole were thinking is that their popularity is so big as tag teams right now that's why they wanted to put them to have like a fight for some type of tag team belt. Because if you get rid of Adam Cole and MJF right now as tag team, like they beat FT, they lost.
But you have another pay-per-view the week after. Why not make one of those matches for that?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I mean, you're going to try to sell two pay-per. This is where I think again.
But they might have put in the Aussies because it's in England, so they might feel that
100%. I understand. And there's also supposed to add. Looks like it's going to be Will Ospreay against Jericho, maybe, or so. I've heard 3 matches like kind of getting thrown together, so we'll see how that goes. But you're running 2 pay-per-views back to back. I mean, you have one the Saturday and one the Sunday. Like, why?
Yeah, I agree with you with that. They should have put in.
I feel like you're doing a little bit too much here, and this card's going to be loaded. So what's your all-in card going to look like?
You're right. Damn, they should have done that. They should have. But hold on a second. ROH belt, World Tag Team belt on the next pay-per-view. Would that have been the main event for you, or just a regular fight?
None of those.
Because that's a ROH belt.
Thing too is like
this is an AEW pay-per-view. AEW pay-per-view, sir. Have that drink.
That's what TK did to me. Drove me to drink. So the problem I have with all of this is you've already sold 79,000 tickets before the card got announced.
Bigger than WrestleMania, baby. Bigger than WrestleMania.
Well, however you want to do it. And they outdrew Wembley Stadium 1992 card by 200 seats, and they added some seats into it. So however you want to look at it. Either way, it's a hell of an accomplishment for AEW.
It is.
For any company. 79,000 tickets, whatever. I don't care who you are. If you sold 79,000 tickets, kudos to you. Nothing was announced before that.
Nope.
So now all of a sudden you feel like, oh, we got to throw all this together for what though? Like you've already sold 79. I get it. You probably want to build up the audience over there, but on breaking down what is already is shaky in the U.S. Now, what's the pay-per-view going to be the week after that the U.S. fans are going to get?
Yep.
Because that's where you're having an issue right now.
And they only have like a week to like make a decision.
A week? You don't have you have the Dynamite and the Rampage. Because I think it's a Saturday pay-per-view. You know what? Let me check on all of this.
Hey, they cut it too close. I agree with you, man. I don't know why they did that. They should not have put in that ROH 0 hour. They should have put that over. And I know you want the Aussie Open guys to wrestle. Just put them against somebody else. Like, you still want to showcase them. And then you're going to showcase, especially, look at the way they could have twisted this. That MJF Adam Cole fight, however it works out. And then the next week, how are they going to work back together, after that fight that they had? Like, they could have twisted it so well for back-to-back in the pay-per-view. But you're right. I think it's just they kind of dropped the ball there. And it's disappointing that they put Adam Cole and MJF to fight against the Aussie Open, and then they do it again as the main event.
If you wanted to, then put the ROH. I mean, look, man, I you know my feeling on it. But if you wanted Aussie Open to be on the show in England, then why not put them in the main event with defending the titles against Adam Cole and MJF? You're number 2. I mean, I get you got the AEW World, so maybe you put the AEW World Tag Team Champions on top if you want to do it that way or whatever. But
you could have put in anybody
match in there. Then you could have had Adam Cole against MJF at All In. Why does that need to be at All Out?
Check this out too. You have the crowd who's going to be there. You're going to see Adam Cole and MJF come out together. Okay, this is the only thing I could think of. And I'm just trying to brainstorm here. Adam Cole and MJF have kind of like a falling out during this Aussie Open fight. And then once they go to the main event fight, then maybe something happens where they're like, okay, bro, this guy, Roderick Strong comes in and then maybe they hug it out and they're like, yo, we're back together or something. They have to kind of combine the two. I just think you're right. It makes no sense to have both of them because I'm me as a fan. If I'm at the show, like I already saw Adam Cole and MJF. Why the hell do I want to see them again? Even though they're going up against each other.
I just feel like TK said 79,000 people bought our product. I need to give them a crazy absorb. And part of that is correct. I mean, you should, because again, if that's the audience you want to have over there the next time, you need to give them a good card. But again, it's one of those things to where it's like, but you have a pay-per-view the following week. So what are you going to do?
It's just, oh man, it was so. They could have put in anybody. You could have
put the women's world championship match on the paper, like
you put the Aussie Open people to fight. That's cool, but then you put somebody else. Just you could have put in the Guns. The Guns is, I don't know if that's still their name, but you could have put them in there.
The Guns, it's just a part of Bullet Club.
Yeah. You could have put in I don't know, the Acclaim, because obviously the Acclaim is a big hit. I'm pretty sure they
want even in ROH, you got other tag teams over there too that are, I mean, I just feel like Tony fell in the spot to where it's like we've sold this to 79,000 people without even having a card made. Now I need to give them above, I need to give them a crazy card.
Yeah.
And I just think it's going to hurt the product at the pay-per-view at All In.
It's a little bit confusing why they did that. I know you're trying to sell it, but still, I don't think it's a good business sense to show them twice, even though one of them is going to be as tag and the other one's going to be going up against each other. And then let's talk about this next match. You got a coffin match, and you got AR Fox and Swerve Strickland versus Darby Allin and Sting. Now, I get you. I know you want to showcase Sting. But why don't you put Nick Wayne in there and just have Darby Allin have Sting come along with them and just be, just be there. Just show up because the people want to see you. And I'm pretty sure since it's a coffin match, he'll get involved some way, somehow. So he'll go ahead and he'll
Wayne will be in the coffin.
Something.
I mean, open up. But would have been better is if it was Nick Wayne and Darby Allin.
Yes.
And then you open up the coffin and Sting in there.
Yeah, perfect. That works. Like those type of things. Like, why would you put Sting? You got this old geezer duking it out against. Hey man, AR Fox is good. Man, AR Fox has impressed me the last couple of matches he's had.
Giving him some TV time.
it's great, man. He's doing a phenomenal job. And then Swerve Strickland has, he's been holding it down on their own. And the little cameos where they're coming in and they bash Nick Wayne at his father's or his training facility and all that stuff. That was, it was maybe a little bit too gruesome. But still, I get the storyline. I get what they're trying to do. I think they just again, it doesn't make any sense why to put Sting in this fight. I
I
know
mean,
he's
the only
going.
thing I can think of is they made it look so gruesome to be the reason why maybe Nick Wayne can't be there. Now he's written off. If you know how gruesome they made the attack,
They did, man. They made that.
that's the only thing I can think of is to be like, okay, Nick Wayne can't make it because he's injured or whatever. That's the only reason you do that craziness of
because that was a little bit too gruesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe it was hard way because that was glass. So
That was rough.
something may have gotten. Again, those are one of those things people always say. Like with the death matches, they hate the glass because it's unpredictable how it's going to stick.
Next, we have Hikaru Shida, the new champion. Which I don't agree with that. I don't think she should have beaten Tony Storm. But because then now look, you got Tony Storm again. So you got Hikaru Shida, Tony Storm, Saraya, and I guess Britt Baker fights the Bunny today. I think that's who it's gonna be. So then
it's gonna be Britt Baker. Come on.
Yeah. I'll be shell shocked if the Bunny wins. But anyways, why? Why would you first? Why did you get the belt away from Tony Storm? She barely held it on, and then number two, you got Tony Storm and Saraya. And then you got Britt Baker and Hikaru Shida. I guess they feel like maybe Hikaru Shida cannot hold up fight on her own, and I think that's why they want to do it. You could have easily put in Hikaru Shida versus Saraya.
I want to get as many stars as he can on this card to say thank you to the 79,000 people that blindly bought tickets.
Makes no sense.
And now he's got all this, it's because again, the matches that are supposedly on standby right now is a 6-man, which is going to be the Blackpool Combat Club against Kingston, Orange Cassidy, and somebody else, and another partner. So that's going to get added to the show. Okay. There's also CM Punk is supposed to get added against Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
And then one other match. Who was the other match? There was one more match I can't think of right now, but that's getting added too. And it's like,
I as of right now, that AEW Women's World Championship, the coffin match, and the ROH World Tag Team, he dropped the ball in all those three, bro. It just doesn't make any sense what he did. Now the two that he did get it right is the top two fights: MJF versus Adam Cole, and then FTR versus the Young Bucks. That is a great decision to have those two fights, and they're obviously going to be towards the end of the pay-per-view. He got those two right. I just wish he would have made.
But also, they didn't have to make this a pay-per-view.
Well, they did it smart. They did it smart. If you buy this pay-per-view, you get the other pay-per-view as well. So it's like buy one, get the other one kind of free or something. It's kind of like a 2-deal package. So they did that smart because they figured, hey, look, everybody has to go ahead and buy 2 back-to-back pay-per-views that are like what, 40, 60, $50. They're like, hell no. So they're selling it as a package of like, yo, you buy this pay-per-view, you're gonna get the other pay-per-view as well. So you're gonna get both. So it's kind of like a discount type of deal that they're trying to do. But I think honestly they did a good job because FTR versus Young Bucks, that I think they did a really good job in Collision selling that, especially when FTR came out, and then obviously the Young Bucks. And remember the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega, Adam Page, they all just re-signed with AEW, which I'm happy about because I for a minute there I thought Kenny Omega was gonna leave, but he came back. Especially that WWE didn't want him to do like the other work, like the other whatchamacallit, like him. You know how Kenny Omega likes to go to New Japan Wrestling and wrestle all that. That was one of the main reasons why Kenny Omega stuck around. Not sure why the Young Bucks stuck around. I honestly thought they were going to leave, but they were definitely acting like they didn't care. Like they didn't want to be in AEW. But hey, man, good for them. But yes, it's a package. I know you're I think you tried to look it up. I don't know exactly the price, but I did read up on it. That's going to be.
I'm saying it's been discussed. They haven't issued it yet.
They haven't issued. Okay, yeah, because I know I read it somewhere where they were saying, it's going to be like a 2-deal package. You buy the pay-per-view, which is good. I would buy it. You're getting 2 pay-per-views for the price of 1, in other words. So I would do that. Like, I think that's a smart move, and they should do it. If they don't do it, I think it's going to be stupid because you're not going to have everybody be buying both pay-per-views. I'm telling you right now. and if each one of them is like 50 or $60, hell no, I'm not paying 50 or 60 for each pay-per-view, especially if this one's stacked and we don't know what the hell's going on with the other one. So that's kind of the way it is. But besides those two, besides the top two fights,
Yeah,
they got
but
around.
I would be pissed if I'm in All In. Is it in Vegas again this year? I don't even know where, because it's to be announced the location. I don't even know where they announced it. But
It's not in. It's not in.
if I go
It's
to
in
that pay per
Chicago.
view,
Is it in
you're right.
Chicago?
All In is in Chicago. If I go to that pay per view and it's nothing compared to what's here, like, bro, no, no. I can already see right now it's probably going to be CM Punk against Ricky Starks in like a strap match or something like that, because the way
Oh
he
man,
whipped Ricky Steamboat.
and that's another person who I probably would have had on my top five, like going, but they're kind of making him a heel now. So
Oh no, they've turned him heel. When he whipped Ricky Steamboat, dude, that's it.
yeah,
Ain't coming back from that, buddy. You come back.
yeah. But that's pretty much the card. We'll see what other you kind of mentioned some of the ones that they have in line, so should be good. Obviously the next thing we were going to talk about was the Adam. Oh man, I spelled that wrong. Adam Cole and MJF versus. I spelled it wrong on the like me and
Adam
Sean.
Coke, baby.
It's all about Pepsi. But Adam Cole, MJF challenging for the Ring of Honor tag team belts. We kind of spoke about a little bit about that. We were, I don't agree with them going for the ROH belts. I think that was unnecessary. I think you could have done more. You could have had them, even though they're still together. You could have elevated other guys to go
See,
up
here's
against.
another thing too: is that they
They don't
could have
need a belt.
saved that opportunity instead of putting it on Collision, and then you could have had the Young Bucks FTR on the All In pay per view, and you could have had MJF Adam Cole against FTR headlining All Out pay per view.
True.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, like you give all this stuff away, and now it's like I just and again, man, I'm not there, and I don't know, the situation with Warner Brothers and what they're telling, TK and all that stuff there, but it just seems like, and you're throwing a lot into this All Out pay per view. To me, it feels like they might be going more overseas, and that's why they're putting all the eggs in that basket, because the following week, what eggs are going to be in Chicago?
Yeah, it's true. True. And now Kara does bring up the Jericho Appreciation Society. Look, man, I'm not too thrilled. That's why I didn't want to talk too much about it. But I mean, we all knew everybody was going to break up. As soon as he started talking to Don Callis, we were like, okay, he's going to join Don Callis. I'm a little bit upset that they did not go ahead and just announce it. Like, okay,
I
it
mean, you
was
have to
like
remember,
to be
Sammy
continued.
Guevara did not. Sammy Guevara said, "It's up to you. Let's see what you do."
Yeah, but
Everybody else pretty much said, "Done, done, done." Guevara said, "Let's see what you do."
but the thing about the whole Jericho Appreciation Society is, what are they gonna do now? Like, Jericho kind of held it. Like, okay, I could understand Sammy and Danny being able to hold it down, but what are you gonna do with the rest of them? Like, the rest of them kind
Same
of,
thing you're doing with them before. What have you done with those guys, honestly? Besides
yeah.
Sammy and what else have you done with any of the other Jericho Appreciation Society?
It's just sometimes it just falls a little bit short when it comes to some of the guys that I honestly feel they should be able to showcase. Like Jake Hager, he should be able to like hold it strong. Like, I like the whole purple hat thing, and he said that he missed his hat and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But come on,
The
like,
problem with TK is like, I don't think he likes booking the big guys. He doesn't. You've got monsters there, man. You know
they
what I'm
got
saying? Like,
Luchasaurus what happened to Warlow?
You've got Archer, you've got Hager, you've got all these guys that you could book at least as some type. I mean, some type of monsters, and freaking nothing with any of the big guys.
Yeah, because he
It's
doesn't
like,
he doesn't use Keith Lee that well either.
yeah,
He doesn't use. I mean, now he's using that tall guy from what's his name? He has a weird name. The talker, the tallest guy in AEW.
Sutnam Singh.
Thing, yeah. He's using him a little bit. He's fought now in Rampage a couple times.
Yeah. And they did use Big Bill and not Wardlow,
Cage.
Cage. They've been using them pretty good as a tag team.
Yeah.
Again,
I like that tag team actually.
Wardlow, I think they killed all his steam with that, whatever they thought was gonna work or whatever.
Let me ask you something. Let me talk to you about something here. Big Bill.
Yep.
I know I'm being picky here, but doesn't it bother you that guy's wearing those jeans and then he sweats and it looks disgusting when he's sweating? Like it's all sweaty on his jeans. That's the most disgusting thing. He needs to go and like change his wardrobe, man. That drives me insane. Does it bother you? It bothers me.
7 foot tall, and you can't teach that.
It bothers me, man. The guy's sweating and his jeans are like soaked with the sweat. It's disgusting. I'm like, yo, what is this, bro? Ew. I was like, I sorry. As soon as I talk about Big Bill, that's what I think about. His sweaty ass jeans.
Bro, Big Bill, and you think of jeans.
Well, because his thing is all sweaty. That's disgusting, man. Like, go change your wardrobe.
This bowling tournament's off.
Wear black jeans. There you go. Wear black jeans. There's the key thing. Stop wearing blue jeans. Wear the black jeans, and the black jeans will work better. That way I don't have to see the disgusting sweat.
God almighty.
So nasty. Ew. But yeah, so the Jericho thing, it's okay. It is what it is, man.
It's gonna be interesting to see. I want to see how they string it along a little bit, because Jericho just can't come out and be like, yes, I'm joining you. Because again, I think it's going to come down to Sammy coming out there and being involved. And maybe it'll be Sammy against Jericho.
That's a good idea.
Maybe it'll be the first, kind of run that they do. But I just don't see it being like him coming out and being like, hey, Don Callis, I love you, man. And
no, you know what?
You're gonna string it along somehow, I think.
You got me thinking here. So I think what they should do is Chris Jericho should come out, say, yo, I'm gonna join you. Sammy comes out. Sammy says, hey, don't join them. In order for you to join them, you got to get through the whole Jericho Appreciation Society and have him go one-on-one with everybody from the Jericho Appreciation Society. And then that way you could top it off with him against Sammy at the end. And then you could kind of drag some of those fights throughout throughout Dynamite and Rampage if you like. But that would put a lot of work on Jericho, but still, it would be a way for him to be able to kind of like showcase the whole Jericho Appreciation Society. And maybe Sammy beats him, or maybe Sammy doesn't at the end. And then, or Jericho at the end says, Sammy, you're so good. Or Don Callis says, Sammy, you're so good. We want you to join my group as well. And now he joins Don Callis as well. So something like that. I think that would be a good idea, though, for him to go up against everybody from the Jericho Appreciation Society. It'll buy them some matches as well.
Give him a little rub.
Yeah. This Texas change.
You didn't hear about this?
Texas Chainsaw.
They are doing a sponsored thing today. It comes out. AEW sends it out, and it's the Outlaw Jeff Jarrett. And he says, "Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's a death match. It's the last Outlaw Jeff Jarrett taking on Jeff Hardy. A death match? You have John Moxley who bleeds on a lockup. You can't put him in the Texas Chainsaw death match."
No.
I mean, if any damn match is made for John Moxley to bleed, it's this one. And you put Jeff Jarrett against Jeff Hardy?
Well, because Jeff Jarrett.
What the hell is going on, AEW? What the hell is going on?
Sir, you can't do that angle right now because the Blackpool Combat Club is at that angle with Orange Cassidy and Best Friends right now. And plus, they just had
against John Moxley death match. Then Trent doesn't have to win this time.
Whoa! And did you see that street fight in Jacksonville?
Yeah, they beat up Sue's van, man.
It was so good. And shout out to what the guy from CCW, my boy. Man, I forgot his name now. I forgot. Damn it. Exclusive. Oh, what is his name? Damn, he's gonna kill me. No, he's damn it. I gotta go on Instagram. The guy who does exclusive, Cam Stewart. Oh. Cam Stewart, baby. Cam Stewart on the crowd. I saw you, Cam. Proud of Cam out there. showing himself over there in the crowd. He was part of the group, and he actually reposted it saying, "Yo, thank you AEW for having me part of the crowd." But yeah, that was a great fight too, man.
Yeah,
Now
those are always good.
those were really good. I wish they would have invited us. Why didn't we get an invite? What, Mr. AEW out there? I mean, come on, man. You would
I
have
was
been
in
out.
Canton. I was in Ohio.
We don't both have to be there. Maybe one of us. Or you know what? Okay, let's vouch for this. AEW, the next one that you have, you're inviting myself, Sean Stanley, and Big O, because Big O is, he's the Wednesday
That's right,
night.
Omar. You're coming with us.
He's the Wednesday night predictor. He gets all of them right most of the time. We're so
Oh,
proud
I'm
of him.
sorry. Omar's the real O, not the big O. He's the real O.
So we were happy that he finally got. He was on like that kind of downstream the last couple of days.
That's like
the last
so
couple of days.
ridiculous, though, that Trent Beretta won that one just to set up the street fight on Saturday. Like,
So good.
like, come on, man.
But at the end of the day, man, you're right. I think Moxley, but everybody's tired of seeing Moxley bleed. Maybe not everybody. I saw somebody with a sign saying,
This would finally be a match to where it's like, okay, to bleed. It's a death match. Texas Chainsaw Massacre death match. You got Jeff Hardy against Jeff Jarrett?
It's the battle of the Jeffs, baby.
Battle of the Jeffs?
The battle of the Jeffs.
I mean, come on, Hefe.
We love it. The Jeffs. But hey, man, I saw somebody with a sign at AEW on Dynamite, and he was holding, and he was like, "Yo, I came here to Dynamite to see Moxley bleed." This is so classic. That was so good.
It's not
a
joke.
Massacre. I mean, it's good to have a fresh, a new, kind of new person bleed out there. That's why, bro. But let me tell you. Let me ask you. Let me talk to you about this. Don't you think that AEW is going a little bit too extreme when it comes to Dynamite, when it comes to the bleeding? Like, I saw an article with JR, who actually, I think he's having, I don't think he's going to be at Collision tonight. He's having like flight issues or something was going on. But he did come out on record saying that it was a breath of fresh air.
It's calmer at the Collision thing.
Yeah, and it was and you could tell, like, I really enjoy more Collision than Dynamite. I really do. Even though Dynamite has gotten entertaining.
And also the production to me seems better because it's not all craziness. I feel like Rampage, Dynamite gets a little bit thrown off because they're fighting all over the place, man.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Collision stays all in one ring, but when they do go outside the ring, it's usually controlled. It's not like 6 guys are in 3 different parts of the building, and your producer's like, "What's going on in table? What's on camera 3? Oh, camera 4. Oh, no, you missed something."
I think they do. It's a smaller roster because I know that's what JR was saying, that it's a lot less wrestlers. But it's so funny that with less wrestlers, with less people, they deliver a better show because it has been a better show.
But also, I believe, and I'm not taking anything away from like Jericho and those guys like that, I think the leadership on that show is more respected by the talent on that show. That when that, like, for instance, CM Punk was like, "Guys, we can stand out from Dynamite by doing A, B, and C." And guess what they've done? A, B, and C, because they get it. They understand it. Whereas Dynamite, it's almost like every time you get TV time, you're trying to prove yourself that you should be there. So you're trying to go out there and up everything. And what happens is, yeah, you might have the greatest match on the card, but if you were the second match of the night, the rest of the matches can't live up to that. So then all of a sudden, the card suffers. That is one of the things that, look, I love the ECW. I love the hell out of ECW. But the problem was when every match has chair shots and tables and burning tables and everything else, by the time you get to the end, what the hell is the main event going to do?
Yeah, you're worn out.
You're worn out and you've seen everything.
Yeah.
So by then you're just like, okay, I've seen that.
I already saw it.
Okay, I saw that. Okay, yeah. I've seen that. And hell, this poor guy's getting lit on fire, and you're like, "Oh, I already saw that earlier." Like, at what point is it like, and that's how you've been to the CCW shows. You build up.
Yeah, I think they do a really good job of that.
Build up and have a decent, hardcore match right before intermission. Yes. Then the crowd goes down, and then you build them back up for the main event. You can do that, but there's no intermissions on TV tapings. So you've got to constantly keep building, and I think that's where Dynamite sometimes falls short because they start out with a great match, which rightfully so. You want to have the eyes on there, but it's not only a great match. It's they've done 16 hurricanranas off the top of the building. They've done this, done that. So now when a guy does a hurricane off top rope, you're just like, oh, I saw 3 of those off the building earlier.
I agree 100%.
It's about building up, but that's also where it's a good thing and a bad thing that TK allows these guys so much creative freedom because they are allowed to be them, which makes the AEW show feel more compelling, I think, and not just a broadcast. You can get involved in the matches a little bit, but also it takes away from, because unless they sit down with the producer, you don't know what the hell's going on. Every WWE match is set up to where they know they're wrestling for that red light. If that red light's on, that's what you're facing because you're fighting in the crowd. They don't care about the 30,000 people in attendance, 10,000 people in attendance. They're wrestling for the millions at home. And that's something I think gets lost every once in a while with AEW is because they are wrestling for the crowd.
They are. You go to. I've always said that going to an actual show is way better than watching it.
Which is why their show comes across so much more aggressive and better than WWE's.
Yeah.
Because it's raw. It's very raw. And I don't mean WWE raw. It's very raw emotion. It's the crowd reacting to what they saw. Whereas in WWE, you're conditioned to know you're probably not going to see that crazy crap. Every once in a while, someone will be like, oh, whoa. But it's not conditioned there. Whereas in AEW, it's conditioned that, okay, when we see something, we take over the show.
Yeah, I agree. I think overall, I think Dynamite also needs a little bit more leadership, but in like a more like serious type of leadership, like more mature, in other words. I think the reason why Collision
you need more mature talent as well. You need talent to understand.
I think,
and I don't mean this the way it's going to come out, but they need to know their roles.
Yeah, like what you just finished saying about CM Punk. I think CM Punk is the reason why Collision is doing so well because I think he's putting his 2 words in there and he's saying, "Look, let's run it this way, let's run it that way," and they're listening to him, and they
respect him and they see what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? But I think Dynamite though, and also though the other thing that is it has allowed the talent on Collision. If you look at the Collision talent, 50% of them are WWE guys that came from that production type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they have that production style there. And kudos to CM Punk. When he was in WWE, he would sit with Paul Heyman when Paul Heyman was running FCW or OVW, whichever one it was at that time. And he learned that end of the business. So he understands the production, and don't you importance think, of the time and things like that.
And don't you think Dynamite was a little bit better structured when Cody was on AEW? I think it was a lot better structured because he kind of had that same type of mindset. Because I remember the old AEWs, they were really good, and you did not have a Moxley bleeding all over the place.
No, yeah, but again, I feel like when he re-signed his contract, he was given like the keys to the kingdom. Do whatever you want to do. Moxley, I'm talking about. And again, when Cody was talking about him leaving AEW, he said that it was personal. It's personal. I'm not going to get into it, but it was personal. And I think maybe he saw some of that, man. He was like, hey, look, we're slipping a little bit here. This isn't what I gave up me being a world champion so that it wouldn't be an issue. And now this is what we're doing. Like, I almost feel like he saw it kind of like,
and that's where
this is not going to be what I envisioned.
And that's where I feel like Chris Jericho has dropped the ball, because I honestly put Chris Jericho and Cody like in that same stream because they were the first ones to kind of like bring it out there, like, hey, and granted, I know Adam Page, I know Kenny Omega, they're really good stars, but they haven't been in the WWE world. Cody,
the production side of it. Yeah.
Exactly. So they would be, I feel like ever since Cody has left, it's kind of been like a circus. And sometimes you're going to have a really good show. Sometimes you're going to have a crappy show. Sometimes you have extreme rules. Sometimes you have blood everywhere. Sometimes you have like that promo with Swerve. Like too,
Yeah.
it's a little bit too much, man. It's a little bit too much, in my opinion. I don't have a problem with the blood thing, but that's a little. Dude, they had a huge pile of blood. It looked
Oh,
like
it looked like a horror movie. It
it
was
looked like
just
a horror
flowing.
movie. Like I
One
was
thing
like,
that would have been better if they would have had it flowing out of the ring and dripping.
it reminded me the day I went to CCW and Cha Charlie was squirting blood out of his
No,
freaking.
that's what happens. I mean, sometimes that's why I'm thinking maybe the
Terrible.
way that he hit him with the glass thing, something must have stuck in and hit probably an artery or something, and that's why it was just flowing.
Yeah, but there was a part. There was a part where they actually they even did an extreme where they zoomed into the
Yeah,
ring,
yeah.
and it
They
was
showed,
just a
I mean, yeah,
pile. It
and
was
then
a
he showed
pile of
also
blood.
took his blood and smeared it on his face, and then yeah.
That's not stuff that, and it's a promo. It's a promo. It's not live. So that just goes to show you their mindset of, yo, we really got to showcase this blood. Why? You wanted to showcase
You
him
think the
invading you.
blood sells, and it doesn't, man.
Nah, it doesn't, man. It
Doesn't.
doesn't. It doesn't. Look at
Doesn't,
Collision,
man.
man. I'm telling you.
I think one of the things that I used to remember, man, was when you saw somebody bleed, it was like, oh, this is a feud now. This is like, like when they busted, Magnum TA, and again, I'm going back old, probably gonna lose some of you guys, but I mean, there used to be matches that were first blood matches where the first person to bleed lost, and
Yeah.
I mean, and I quit matches, and that would be the end of it.
Well,
And
you
now
know
it's like,
something? If I was going up against Moxley, I would always challenge him to a first blood match. Whoever bleeds
yeah,
first
and then I just poke
loses,
him in the forehead before we lock up.
and that means I would always beat him. I like it.
I win.
I like
Yeah,
it.
I just think it's tough, man. It's tough having, that. And again, this is why I said I think Vince knew that if I give the nuts the asylum, I can't bring it back. And AEW wants to be so different than what WWE
Yeah.
is that they're going to go that other route. And I get it. And they've done some good. Don't get me wrong. Although I think the one thing that I have seen is, for everything Tony Khan did good during the pandemic, by keeping independent wrestlers paid and doing all that, by helping them out, because there's no independent shows going on.
No.
So he would bring the independent guys in and have them work at their darks and their dynamites and things like that. And kudos to them. But the one thing that I'm noticing is that a lot of those guys that were doing some of that heavy lifting during the pandemic, when some of these stars weren't there, just been kind of just, your contract's expired. See you later.
This guy,
This is done.
Pillman's kid.
Yeah, Brian Pillman's kid. You've got Fuego. You've got, I mean, and again, I'm not saying these guys are stars and you had to pay them big money, but to me, some of those guys helped you out pretty good when Omega was sidelined due to injury, nothing. I'm not saying, there weren't legit injuries and things like that, but now to just be like, okay, we got all these guys that were cut by WWE. We don't need you anymore. Just
at least,
but you can't sit there and say we're going to be different than WWE and pay the wrestlers and this and that, and then just be like, nah, see ya.
The only thing for me, though, I think the only one that they kind of did give respect, and they mentioned it, was for Hikaru Shida, because she was the champion during the whole pandemic situation, and then they did give her respect, even though I don't think she should have won it. I thought she should deserve to win the belt, but not now. I think Toni Storm should have had that run again, but still. But yes, I agree. They have kind of crapped on their young talent and said,
especially their homegrown talent. Like, that's their home, and I get it. I know Fuego's probably not going to be a great star, but he was a consistent guy that was there. And just to be like, we're just not going to renew your contract. Then hell, some of the guys, they don't even call. They're just, contracts are up and that's it. It's like,
like the Pillman kid.
You can't tell me you're better than Vince and you're doing this to your guys.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. Vince is more business orientated. He's going to cut you if you're not making the money and this and that, but that's coming. These guys were like, hey, you've been great to us, and now all of a sudden you're not calling me. Like, it seems odd. And again, maybe it's something that fell through the cracks because, again, it is a business. I'm not saying TK is there 24 hours going, hey, whose contract's up this week? So maybe things got through that didn't. And also, I think shows are getting better now because he's branching out. He got Will Washington in. He's signing some other guys in to take over some of those steps so he can get out of it. He needs to run the day to day. He needs to be the Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
They put the card together. They give it to you. You look at it and go, no, let's change that. No, change that. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, change those things and bring it back to me. That's what you need to be doing. You don't need to be putting the card together. Leave that on the other guys because that's when the show is going to get better to me. And you can see it. The show hasn't been bad, man. Hasn't been terrible. I know I bust your balls a lot and say, oh, it's terrible, this and that. The shows have not been bad. I fall short on them because there's not as much storytelling and things like that. I like the entertainment. I like the storytelling. Why I like the MJF and Adam Cole thing. You know, it's storytelling, it's entertainment. It makes sense. I don't like when you have the Blackpool Combat Club just beating the shit out of everybody for no reason, and then finally picking, oh, those are the guys that we're going to fight.
Yeah,
that stuff gets to me.
And I just shared it to you, and if you want to share it, it's cool. If you don't, it's okay.
Go.
But look at the card; it's not bad. You can see Punk with FTR, House of Black. They've done a really good job with them.
Yep.
Ricky Stark has been doing a really good job. The Claim with the whole Mr. Ass, Daddy Ass drama. They're showcasing Power Hobbs.
I'm so happy Diamante is getting some airtime today. So happy.
I mean, look at that. They got Mercedes Martinez out there with Diamante. Come on.
Well,
I mean,
I'm dead serious. I'm happy she's getting. I'm hoping when they bring back Pride and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz, they put her with them and bring them back as a group.
Do you like Mercedes Martinez? Do you like her? I think she's okay.
I do, but I don't think she gets used right. She should be used almost like Raquel Rodriguez or Rhea Ripley, to me.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like she should be that woman because she looks like a badass, man. And that's also the problem I have, you know, I talked about a little bit earlier with TK is I don't know if he knows how to book the big guys.
Yeah, I agree. It's not bad though.
All right, we got about 8 minutes till
Collision. Sorry.
Collision. So let's start wrapping this up and letting everybody get to their TVs and telling any parting words, Mr. Frankie Fresco.
Performer of the week. I know we didn't talk the indie shows. We'll get back to that next week. Performer of the week, I think for me it has to be Buddy Matthews. He went and got Rhea Ripley engaged. He was done with the whole Dominic Mysterio, Rhea Ripley controversy about them probably having a relationship. So what's the best way to kill that rumor is you put a ring on it.
What are you doing?
You know, he got engaged with the best female wrestler right now in the game. Shout out to him.
There it is. My performer of the week is going to be
Making you think.
I'm gonna go Chad Gable.
Okay.
Chad Gable. The man put on a great match in his hometown. Got his kid in a singlet and a headgear, by the way. Or no, just headphones. Running around the ring. The place is going bananas. Chad Gable, baby.
I will say honorable mention Christian when he did that to his daughter.
Yeah, anytime you kick your daughter out of a wrestling show, that is dedication.
That's awesome. I like that. But yeah, man, besides that, guys, I want to go ahead and remind all you guys always to hit the like and subscribe. I know we were out the last 2 weeks, but
we will be back on Tuesday nights.
We will be back on Tuesday nights. Sean, not this Tuesday, but next Tuesday, I will be in Los Angeles. So I don't know if I'll be able to make it to the show, but if anything, what I'll try to do, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my computer. I'm gonna try to see if I can have everything set up. Obviously, you know, the internet connection might be a little bit of a hassle over there, but I will do this. If anything, I'll jump in from my phone with being live in LA and at least pop up for you that way.
What you got going on in LA, man? What you got? What, you big timing us here?
So I'm going to LA because there is a DJ event that's going over there. So awesome. A lot of my DJ friends are actually heading out there. And then for actually bringing that up, shout out to everybody who voted, everybody who supported me during the DJ contest. I did not win. I came in second place. It's okay. that last battle between me and that girl. I kind of didn't have enough time. I just did something really quick and just threw it over there, and I was already happy just to make it to the finals. So
well, congratulations on making it to the finals, my man.
yeah, absolutely, man. And I appreciate you. I know Sean supported me. He voted out there as well. So thank you so much. And yeah, man, I'll be out there in LA. So hopefully one of these days I'll make it big time and then move on to the
That's
next
it. I'll be by myself every
oh,
week. Everybody's got to listen to just me.
this is this is
Third Circle Digest. This is all Frankie Fresco's doing. He's trying to get the hell away from me.
this is the secret. This is the idea. This is the idea. The idea is to make it so big that AEW or WWE hire me as their sound guy. So now we have an inside guy. Now I'll be the one controlling the intros of who's coming in and who's coming out. And then on top of that, I bring Sean on board and be like, Sean, we're in. We're in this. We're in this now.
Hey, the Young Bucks are backstage at WWE today.
I can give you the inside scoop. Sean,
I've got a source.
Sean Ryback has joined AEW.
Oh no.
But besides that, guys, don't forget to follow me, Fresco Music, FREZKO. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. What about you, Sean?
I'm at Sean_Stanley11. That's on everything: Threads, TikTok, Instagram, X, and everything else. Make sure you follow on the YouTube page. It's under Sports Talk with Sean Stanley, and that's going to have little bits and pieces of everything. And Frankie, what do you got? You got your channel still, or are you?
I do. I need to be a little bit. Like I said, I've been.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't put anything up in the last couple of weeks, but I will start getting better.
It's been a little bit rough, but yes, Frankie Fresco, Fresco Music. When it comes to all social media platforms, including TikTok, I do have TikTok now as well, so that is on there.
Fresco Talk, baby.
I'll be. You made me laugh there. I also, like I said, in all platforms, IG, Twitter, or X, and Facebook. And hey, man, if you guys ever catch me around anywhere, if you catch me in Toro Loco or Chef Creole, say what's up.
So you're not the Toro Loco?
I don't know, man. I'm gonna Google it.
Good choice there. And we want to thank everybody that was in on the chats. Karen, as always, man, appreciate you. P. McD, Cole Sprouse, Omar, the real 305, Josh Cap for life, Steven Gonzalez, official DJ Mimo. Once again, Vamos, Colombia. Let's see, Josh Cap for life, Steven Gonzalez, my dad. I think that covers about everybody.
I wonder if it's Loco's that good. Is it really that good, guys?
Hey, you try it out. Take some pictures for me, all right? I want to see the food. Or
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna try to go to this El Toro Loco. It looks pretty legit. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. They close at 11. It's
not bad. We better get out. We got to get out.
All right. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna take a picture of it, of the steak, and send it to you. And then if it's good, I know we gotta go. But before it's good, if it's good, Sean, I challenge you to a bowling match. Winner invites the next person to El Toro Loco. How about that? What you think about that? I mean, loser.
In the words of the great Gordon Foley, so long from the sun, shine, state. I'm kicking your ass in bowling.